Welcome. You're with the Nasty Pastor. I'm back with another reading. I'm back with another chapter reading from the Fall of America. Please, before we get started, please go to my YouTube channel at the Nasty Pastor. See something you like, you got what I'm saying? You see something you want to challenge, you hear something you want to challenge, comment. And if you feel that you can help me spread this knowledge, this wisdom from the book, The Fall of America, share it. Put it on your platform. You know what I mean? Go in the streets and talk about it. You got what I'm saying? And last but not least, I definitely need you to, just press on that subscribe button. That way you can catch it all. That way that you can be the first. You got what I'm saying? If you want to view it. You get me? Anyway, like I said, I am the Nasty Pastor, and we're getting ready to wrap up this last part of chapter this will be considered chapter 2, which is the Washington D.C. speech of 1959. I've already did some how to put it, pre-preparing myself, because going back looking at my readings, you know what I mean, I waste a lot of time trying to figure where my bookmark at, where I was, where I left off at, you know what I mean, where I should start. So we're gonna get into this reading. We're gonna finish this up, and hopefully there's some education in the Washington D.C. speech that I've pointed out, or if you have viewed it, you have streamed it, or if you have the book and you have read it, you know what I mean, that you saw in America, you know what I mean, that plays a part in America falling. You got what I'm saying? Because at one time, we was considered a superpower. That was broadcasted all across the world. You know what I mean? I mean, for years, America, the USA, we're superpowers. Russia, superpower. We were about the only two countries that had the technology to be to have that title. Not to say that the Asians didn't. You got what I'm saying? Because when you think about the Asian continent, and you see how close they are to the European continent, some of those countries are allies. You got what I'm saying? They're allies. Some of those countries over there are allies with the United States. So they play a part in the middle of a lot of things. You got what I'm saying? If Europe and Asia was to go to war, America would play a part, in the middle of a lot of things. But I'm not going to hold this last part of this chapter reading up. Once again, the title is The Washington, D.C. Speech of 1959, and the title of the book that I am reading from is The Fall of America. The author is the minister Elijah Muhammad. It is also made incumbent in the Bible, where Ezekiel declares in his vision that all of the dry bones were resurrected. This does not refer so much to the word, because the word has no effect on their resurrection. It literally took something more effective than the word, the winds that the prophets were to prophecy, to represent wars which will eventually bring harm and suffering to the rebellious rejectors of the truth. Salvation must come to the so-called Negro. Everyone's eyes should be open. The time of the ending of his world is now, and not yet to come, as you so foolishly think. Study your own Bible. It is there. The end is predicted and hinted in many places. Daniel in the Bible, however, gives you a better knowledge of it gives you a better knowledge of it than in any other place. And the Quran prophecy is exact. Do not expect 10 more years. The fall will be within a few days. The so-called Negro must be stripped completely of the white man's way of life, his name, and Christianity. The world of scholars and scientists know that Christianity will not survive. They know Islam is the only religion that will survive the destruction of this wicked civilization. That's the end of chapter 2, which was called the Washington, D.C. speech of 1959. And I want to reiterate this to you again. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talk of the Holy Bible, of the Christian Bible, of the Catholic Bible, of the Baptist Bible. You know, there's some things that Elijah Muhammad saw in the Holy Bible, knew it was truth because it's in this book. You feel me? And I get the part about, Christians, you know what I mean, the Christianity is going to fall. I get that, you know what I mean. There's been things that, not just in the white community, under a Christian, Baptist, or Catholic flag or denomination, that was done immorally. You got what I'm saying? It was, there are people in the black community that has done some things immorally. You get me? Which in return, it makes a person question religion. It makes a person question the preacher at the podium preaching to the pew, preaching to the congregation. So if there's a preacher out there confused in the now, why I have no congregation, why my congregation is getting lesser and lesser, do some what is it called, inventory. Do some evaluation, some reevaluation, and figure out how to get these people back in your church, get these people back in your building of worship. Religion is sacred, one. You got what I'm saying? Religion's supposed to hold a truth in your life that you can depend on, that you can stand on, that you should not, I'm not going to say you should, die for. I'm not going to push it that far. You got what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of trickery in literature. You got what I'm saying? I'm just not going to blame the scriptures, these holy scriptures. There's a lot of trickery in literature, period. So, do a self-inventory. You know what I mean? I say this to you, and I forewarn you now. I'm so far ahead that I warn you now, and I've been warned myself. You know what I mean? That if what I'm doing was to reach a height, an unbelievable height, everything that has came before I started these readings, that's going to come again, plus some more. You got what I'm saying? And I'm ready for you. You feel me? I'm ready for you. You got me? I'm not going to let you assassinate my character. I'm not going to let you beffool me. I'm not going to let you make me out to be an Uncle Tom. I'm not going to let you send a Jezebel my way and I fall for the trickery. You understand me? You get me now? May Moon bless this platform that I give you. May Moon protect me when you're forming your words, your actions of trickery, of how to put it, your weapons to assassinate me. Not happening. You feel me? It's not going down. This shall continue as long as Amun give me the breath, the life, to be able to do this. I'm into education. I'm into teaching. Let me back that up. I'm into explaining. I'm into educating anyone that does not understand the way of life, that does not understand their mistakes, that does not understand why I cannot reach the youth, why I cannot reach my woman, why I cannot reach my parents. You got what I'm saying? Why is it that I keep making these same choices over and 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 over again? You feel me? That's what I'm into. I'm into helping a person along to see some things that they need to see, you know, to take their blinders off and see this world for what it really is. You got me? Once again, I am the nasty pastor. Once again, the next reading, you got what I'm saying, will be chapter 3. And the title of chapter 3, so that you will understand this, is Self First. You got what I'm saying? Self First. SELF First. FIRST. So what I say to you is this right here, you know, it should be a big chapter. You know, when I say big, it's like there's some meaning that should be in this. You got what I'm saying? There should be some understanding why you're telling me self first. And we should never be selfish. You feel me? We should never be. And I'm not going to hold you up. Like I said, this was a short read. I'm going to say this and I'm out. You got what I'm saying? In my world, in my thoughts, in my thinking, you got me? Being that my kids are alive, you understand what I'm saying? I'm the last on the totem pole, because it goes Amun, my kids, me. You understand? Even with them being adults, it still go Amun, my kids, me. You feel me? I have to always think about them in some type of way. I'm not going to say that as adults, as them being adults, that I always give everything I have to them, but I make sure I plan for a rainy day for them. I make sure that it's more to me than just some money. You got what I'm saying? I have a lot of wisdom in me. So it's not always money your kid's going to need. It's not always money my kid's going to need. My kid's going to need some wisdom along their adulthood until they're able to figure this out themselves. I explained to my mom one day, you know, and she got pissed. And if you really follow me, then you know it's a post out there about it, you know what I mean? And I explained to my mom that you have taught me a lot. And when the day come, I am confused and I need answers, best believe I'm gonna come and ask you about it. You got what I'm saying? I'm gonna come get an answer from someone that I know, you know, so far has given me good guidance. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say everything she have told me or explained to me is 100% correct, but there are some things that say it where that I can say, you know, that way worked for her, but if I use the same method and put a little twist of what works for me on it, then it's gonna be successful. Look, I'm out. I love you. Hey, do me a favor. If your parents living, go kiss them. Give them a hug. If your baby's around, just give them a hug. Out of nowhere. Just give them a hug out of nowhere. Give them a kiss out of nowhere. You got me? And please know this. Your kids grow up to either mimic you or understand, I don't want to be nothing like you. Now you figure what you going to show your babies. Because I don't figure what I'm going to show mine. tell you.